Time passed quietly, and D-Clan welcomed the harvest season. This year's favorable weather had yielded a bountiful harvest for every household, filling the village with an atmosphere of joy. Dad, look at this rice! The harvest is amazing this year! Mr. First D exclaimed, proudly presenting plump grains of rice to Mr. M. The family's land was meticulously tended to by Mr. First D and Mr. Second D, and their hard work had paid off. Not bad, Mr. M said with a hint of a smile, nodding in approval. For farmers, a good harvest was everything. Despite having some savings, Mr. M was thrilled about the abundant yield. We won't sell our grain this year, we'll store it all. With food in hand, we'll have peace of mind. We can enjoy rice every day from now on, Mr. M declared. He longed for the simplicity of eating plain rice rather than corn cakes or whole grain porridge. Mr. First D grinned. Okay, he too preferred rice over bran and vegetables. The harvest lasted over 10 days, and the D family's granary was packed to the brim. The granary's relatively small size was due to the family's past practice of selling excess grain after the harvest. This year, however, Mr. M was reluctant to sell, resulting in a surplus. The excess grain wouldn't go to waste as the autumn tax was approaching, and it could be used to pay the tax. Although the D family's harvest seemed bountiful, Mr. M calculated that even in a good year, the family would barely make ends meet, assuming no diseases or disasters struck in the coming year. A disaster would pose significant problems for food and clothing. The main issue was the low grain yield per acre. In this world without chemical fertilizers and high-yield grains, it was challenging for ordinary people to have a full meal. Fortunately, Mr. M had some savings, which alleviated his concerns. After paying the autumn tax, the temperature dropped, and the villagers began preparing for winter. Many headed to the mountains and forests to gather wild vegetables and chop firewood, making the back mountain of D-Clan bustling with activity. Mr. M wasn't idle either. He took time to visit the county town, where he purchased a dozen spearheads and crafted over a dozen wooden short spears. The short spear, suitable for throwing, was more powerful than an ordinary crossbow, making it a more useful tool for Mr. M than a bow and arrow. With his two sons and daughters-in-law managing household affairs, Mr. M was free to roam the mountains daily, staying on the outskirts of Chongqing Mountain. He'd collect bird eggs, catch wild rabbits and pheasants, providing ample meat for the family. One day, while wandering, Mr. M stumbled upon an unexpected treasure, a 30-year-old mountain ginseng. Such an old mountain ginseng was valuable, worth at least 100 taels. While not a rare treasure, it was still a rare find. For warriors, old mountain ginseng was a rare and miraculous medicine, capable of increasing strength and making up for deficiencies. With the spiritual spring water in his possession, Mr. M no longer needed the old mountain ginseng, so he decided to sell it. Upon returning home, Mr. M found his eldest daughter, Linlin D, and her husband, Harry Kane, had arrived at the family home. "Father!" Linlin D exclaimed, her eyes shining with joy. Mr. M was surprised to see them. As winter approached, every household was preparing supplies, and the Kane family was no exception. They also needed to go hunting in the mountains before the snow made it impossible. "Dad, I'm pregnant," Linlin D announced. "Dad, you're going to have a grandson," Harry Kane exclaimed. Mr. M stood there, stunned. "I'm going to be a grandfather again." As time passed, Mr. M had grown accustomed to the idea of becoming a grandfather, but being informed was a new experience. This should have been a joyous occasion, yet Mr. M couldn't muster a smile. "How many months?" Mr. M asked. "It's been almost 3 months," Linlin D replied with a smile. Mr. M was at a loss for words, so he turned to his eldest daughter-in-law, Wendy, and exclaimed, "Prepare a nourishing meal for Linlin D at noon." "I'm on it, Dad. I bought 3 pounds of beef this morning, and it's already stewing." Wendy replied happily from the kitchen. "Beef? Where did you get beef?" Mr. M asked, surprised. In their community, cattle were carefully managed, and their slaughter was strictly regulated. Farmers' cows were registered with the government, and killing them without permission was a serious offense. As a result, beef was extremely rare, even in the county town. A neighbor's cow broke its leg 2 days ago, so it was slaughtered early this morning. "I thought you might enjoy it, Dad, so I bought 3 pounds of beef," Wendy said cautiously, emerging from the kitchen. Though she claimed to have bought the beef for Mr. M, Wendy had actually purchased it to satisfy her own curiosity. Wendy had never tasted beef since childhood, as her family had struggled financially. Now that her family was well off, she was eager to experience the flavor. Mr. M didn't concern himself with her thoughts, seeing it as no big deal. You want to eat beef? Just eat it. He wanted to try it too. Mr. M returned to the house, retrieved a tael of silver, and handed it to Wendy. Go buy more beef. Bring some back for Linlin D to eat later and save the rest for winter. This rare opportunity to enjoy beef was too good to pass up, so Mr. M bought more to savor later. Besides, the cold weather ensured it wouldn't spoil. Harry Kane and Linda D exchanged surprised glances, amazed by Mr. M's generosity. They knew the D family's past struggles. However, recalling the two massive wild boars, the couple felt reassured. Unbeknownst to them, Mr. M's confidence stemmed from the old mountain ginseng in his possession. Ordinarily, he wouldn't have been so lavish, as beef was far pricier than pork. Without his newfound confidence, he might have only tried a small amount, rather than buying 1 or 2 taels of silver worth of beef at once. Dad, I made 2 cotton-padded clothes for you. Linlin D presented a bundle containing 2 warm garments. Try them on. Mr. M was touched by his daughter's thoughtful gesture. The clothes fit perfectly. Mr. M gratefully accepted his daughter's kind offering and put away the cotton-padded clothes. I'll give you some cloth and cotton later, and you can make some for your grandparents, Mr. M said. The original Mr. M's wife had passed away, but his father-in-law and mother-in-law were still alive. When his wife was alive, she would make clothes for them every year. Now, Linlin D was carrying on that tradition. Mr. M asked his eldest daughter to make clothes for his father-in-law and mother-in-law as a gesture of gratitude for their past kindness to the D family. Although his original wife had passed away, he felt a continued sense of obligation and connection. Another reason was that his father-in-law was a scholar, and even a poor scholar commanded respect. His reputation and influence could be beneficial in the future. Linlin D nodded, but her eyes welled up with tears, likely thinking of her mother. Mr. M didn't press the issue, instead turning to head into the bedroom. He retrieved a wooden box and carefully stored the old mountain ginseng inside. In the afternoon, Harry Kane and Linlin D returned with 5 kilograms of beef and some cotton cloth. The next morning, Mr. M set out for the county clinic alone. His eldest and second sons needed the ox carts to transport firewood, so Mr. M had to walk. What can I do for you, sir? A man in his 30s behind the counter asked, looking up at Mr. M. Doctor, I have an old mountain ginseng here, Mr. M exclaimed, producing the wooden box and placing it on the counter. The doctor's eyes widened as he opened the box. Is this a 35-year-old mountain ginseng? Excellent, it's a superior medicine. Want to sell it? The doctor asked. Mr. M nodded. The doctor took the wooden box containing the old mountain ginseng and offered, I'll give you 180 taels of silver for this exceptional ginseng. Are you willing to sell? Of course I'm willing, Mr. M exclaimed, unable to suppress his smile. He had hoped to sell the ginseng for 120 or 130 taels, but 180 taels exceeded his expectations. The 180 taels were handed over in the form of 3 50-tael silver notes, along with 3 10-tael silver ingots. With the silver in hand, Mr. M left the clinic feeling elated. As the saying goes, a horse cannot grow fat without nightgrass, and a man cannot become rich without unexpected wealth. Today, Mr. M finally experienced the thrill of making a fortune. As he departed the county town, Mr. M noticed a public notice at the city gate. The notice highlighted the bandit problem in the area, accompanied by wanted posters of several notorious bandit leaders. Anning County was far from peaceful, with numerous bandit dens, particularly on Changqing Mountain, where ruthless outlaws held sway. However, D Clan had remained untouched by banditry, thanks to its strong martial arts heritage and the presence of skilled warriors. Bandits, being cowards, preyed on the weak and avoided the strong. Mr. M glanced at the announcement and left, not giving it much thought. On his way home, Mr. M began making plans for the D family's future. With over 200 taels of silver at his disposal, the family's basic needs were met. But Mr. M's ambitions went beyond mere subsistence. He never considered abandoning the D family to live in seclusion. He didn't think of himself as a father or grandfather, but rather as the CEO of a company. The D family was his enterprise, and his children and grandchildren were his employees. His role was to lead the family to prosperity, ensuring they lived better lives and developed their talents. This sense of responsibility weighed heavily on Mr. M. His next step would be to invest in industries, increase profits, and secure the family's long-term development. Lost in thought, Mr. M arrived home at noon to find his eldest and second sons returning with a cartload of firewood. Mr. First D and Mr. Second D were diligent and hardworking individuals. Their dedication to their tasks made it easy for Mr. M to accept them. If they were cunning or lazy, Mr. M might have considered abandoning the family. With the firewood fully stocked, Mr. M instructed, "Starting tomorrow, you'll focus on your martial arts training." Mr. First D, unloading the cart, looked puzzled. "Dad, does this mean we won't be driving the ox cart anymore?" In the past, during slack seasons, Mr. First D would transport people between D Clan and the county town, earning dozens of coins per trip. This income was substantial for the family. Mr. M's tone was firm. "No need for that. You'll practice martial arts morning and night without slacking off." With over 200 taels of silver, Mr. M no longer worried about petty earnings. Instead of wasting time, it was better for the brothers to focus on martial arts and become warriors as soon as possible. At 20 and 17 years old, Mr. First D and Mr. Second D were not too old to start training. With Mr. M's spiritual spring water, helping them become warriors wouldn't be difficult. The water's greatest benefit is not in healing injuries, but in nourishing the body and unlocking its potential. The spiritual spring water's effects were not immediate, but rather a gradual improvement. Drinking a single bowl might not show significant results, but long-term consumption could amplify the benefits infinitely. Mr. M was willing to share the spiritual spring water with Mr. First D and Mr. Second D because he noticed an increase in the spring's water output. Initially, he hadn't noticed the change, but 2 days ago, he discovered that the daily output exceeded 1 bowl, and the bowl could no longer hold it. With the increased water output, Mr. M felt confident in sharing some with his sons and grandchildren. The next morning, just as dawn broke, the sound of rapid, synchronized spear thrusts echoed through the D family's yard. Mr. First D, Mr. Second D, and Linda D practiced spearing together, their movements impressive. Mr. M emerged from the main room, observed them briefly, and chose not to interrupt. Instead, he headed to the back mountain with his iron spear. Just as his sons and grandchildren needed to practice their spearmanship skills, Mr. M also required regular training to maintain his martial arts prowess. In the world of martial arts, stagnation meant regression. Progress was essential. As a warrior, Mr. M's spearmanship training was destructive and unsuitable for home practice. Additionally, he needed open spaces to hone his spear-throwing skills. The mountain behind D Clan became his ideal training ground. Upon returning home, Wendy and Lee had already prepared a hearty dinner: 4 dishes, 1 soup, and steaming white rice. The meal offered a variety of flavors and textures, including meat and vegetarian dishes, dry and liquid options, and Wendy's homemade pickles. Although Wendy's cooking skills were average, Mr. M was still very satisfied with the meal. After breakfast, Mr. First D and Mr. Second D busied themselves repairing their house. The house was over a decade old, and despite annual repairs, many parts remained damaged, particularly the roof, which required reinforcement. Wendy and Lee tended to the children while sewing cotton-padded clothes, with even Linda D lending a hand. Mr. M suddenly realized he was the most idle person in the family.